There are the different runtime environments are there in the Lambda. Okay. But in the Glue is purely PySpark or Spark Scala based serverless ETL service. And here we have different concepts are there in the AWS Glue. So when we start in AWS Glue, there is a table, right? So table is basically having it's called metadata catalog, right? Metadata catalog. So sometimes if I'm running some glue script, right? Glue script is glue script is nothing but our PySpark job. Okay. So PySpark job and this PySpark job wants to use some metadata. Okay. This metadata is basically data about the job we are running by using glue script. Okay, by glue script. Okay. So there is a one component is there crawler. Okay, what is this crawler? Crawler is um, like a component, right, in the glue, which is creating a table out of the data in S3 in the Athena. Okay, so crawler is creating table in table in Athena. Okay, from data in S3. Okay, so sometimes I want to use this metadata, right? This tables data to my job. I can use it, but I need to use crawler. So either you can use directly, you can map, you can create a table directly in Athena. You can create table in Athena and map to S3 location. Okay, same like in Hive we do. Okay, so Athena is serverless dashboard query management tool. Dashboard query management tool. Okay, it's same like a Hive. Okay, management tool. Okay, it's the same like Hive. Okay, data warehouse tool. Hive data warehouse tool. Okay, so Athena is like you have the data in S3, you can have a table in Athena. Okay, so either way you can do it. Either you can use a glue crawler. So glue crawler can create table in Athena for data located in S3. Okay, or we can directly create a table. So there is a database and database having the table. Okay, so we can have database and database have tables in Athena. Okay, and next thing is in Glue. So this is called Glue catalog. Okay, so this table is basically Glue catalog. Okay, Glue catalog or metadata catalog. Okay, so this all terms you will see there when we will go to the Glue service. So there you will see we can create a uh, crawler will create a table, and then we can create a glue script, and glue script is your Spark job. So glue script is nothing but a Spark job. Okay, so there is a EMR is also there, right? EMR is elastic map reduce cluster, right? The Hadoop Spark cluster in AWS. Okay. So what cluster you created? Ubuntu, right? Hadoop Spark, you everything you installed manually, right? So you will get the same cluster, similar cluster you will get on the EC2 machines, right? And EMR is basically a number of EC2 machine. You will be when you are creating a EMR cluster, when you are creating EMR cluster, so you will be defining master node. Okay, defining master node. Master node is like where your Spark submit you will run, right? It's like a driver node, you can say. Master node and core node and task node. Three types of nodes are there. Okay, so you will be saying like, okay, one master, one core, one task node, or you can have multiple core and multiple task node is there. So core node and task node. So task node is the additional node, like you want to distribute your date task, right? Distributed in the task node. So it is a helping node for the core node. Okay. So, but why we go with the glue? So if we compare glue versus EMR, because glue is also providing the Spark job, okay? But this Spark is a standalone Spark. So standalone, standalone Spark job, standalone Spark job. So there is no support of SDFS. So there is no SDFS. Okay, but EMR is on top of the SDFS. Okay, so EMR is on top of, there is a EMR file system is there, EMRFS file system. So there is a Hadoop distributed file system, and this Hadoop file system is providing you other, this EMR is providing other Hadoop ecosystem component, other Hadoop ecosystem components. Okay, so like Hive, Scoop, HBase, those are the part of dependency on the Hadoop, right? So that glue cannot provide. Okay, so suppose you want to use, along with the Spark, you want to use other Hadoop ecosystem component, so you will select EMR. But EMR is okay. So glue is not, glue is paid, but not that much. You can run simply Spark job. You can run in the glue, so it will not be as much paid like EMR. EMR is dependent cluster. Okay, so glue is not, some uses is free, right? But if beyond the uses is go, then it will be chargeable, but it's not that much paid as EMR is cluster is the paid. Okay, so it is also as you pay Go model, as you pay Go model. Okay, so how many hours you will be using, you will have to pay for that. Okay, but it's costlier. It's costlier than glue. Okay, so if you have, the requirement is, if you are keep running your job frequently, so we will go for glue. Okay, because glue will be scheduled through the step function. So step function is a scheduling service in AWS, which can trigger, glue. Okay, glue job, glue Spark job. Okay, but in this case, you will not use the, if one time only you have to trigger, you can trigger or the large amount of data size is there, or Hadoop you want to use, then you will go for EMR. So when the requirement is, when requirement is more data size and scalability, and high scalability, like horizontal scalability, you need a more number of nodes, right, to handle the data. So when requirement for more data size and horizontal scalability and Hadoop ecosystem component, you need to use, so then you will go for EMR. Okay. So EMR has, I will talk about the EMR later. Okay. So glue has the glue script you write. Okay. So here the glue is the interface. This glue interface you can see here. So here is a databases table option is there, crawler is there. So first of all, you can go here and create some new crawler. You can create a crawler. So crawler is basically, you have a wizard process. So you can say here some crawler name. I want to create a crawler for like some data set in my S3 bucket. I want to crawl and create a table out of that. Okay, so I want to create a table here in my glue, right? I want to create a table. Okay, so here first I want to create a crawler. So I create a crawler, and I will be defining, is your data already mapped to glue tables? Add a data source. Okay, add a data source. I have to tell data location. Okay. So I have to tell the location of the S3 path where my data is residing. So I can I will upload one file, transaction file. Okay, so add this S3 data source path. Okay. If I want to have some custom type of uh, like a delimiter character, right? So I can create a classifier for that. Okay, so this is optional, but whenever I have a requirement, my data set is not CSV, so I can go other type of classifier. So IAM role is needed. IAM role is like the role which has the glue service access. So I have already created my glue role, and this role, this is already the role for the AWS role which has the glue permission. Okay. So if I show you the role, this role, if I go to role, so here glue role, so AWS S3 full access and glue service role. Okay. This role is there. Okay, so this role is created and I will selected this role and other information are optional. Next. So I have to create a database, right? I have to choose the database. So data is not there, okay? Like what database you want to create in Athena. So I'm creating a database. So I say American database. Okay. So once this database is created, so next time you will get this database. Okay. So next time you will get the database, you can select the same database. So this database is selected and table name, type a prefix added to a table name. Okay. Metadata. Okay, and if it is a frequently like on demand, so this is a on demand, but suppose my data is keep coming and you want to do the partition data. Okay, so you want to run your crawler every hour, daily, weekly, monthly, right? Or you can keep it custom, right? Custom means like you can define your minute, hour, day. Okay, you can define. So on demand is like only one time I have to call and create a table out of data. Okay. But suppose if you have the data is every day is coming and you want to crawl the data daily basis, right? Hourly basis. Okay. Suppose every hour you are getting a data. So you want to create 24 partitions, right? Like every hour's one. So your scheduler should be run every hour. But suppose my scheduler is daily scheduler, right? So daily scheduler is just what time and hour or minute you want to specify. Okay, this is some default time is given, but you can change it, right? When you want to schedule your scheduler once in a day. Okay, so on demand means I'm just running on the on demand. So I do the create crawler. Um, crawler is to create. Is running. So once this crawler is completed, we will see in the table, databases table. So we right now, if you go here database, so database is, there is no table here, right? So here we are not able to see any table. Okay, here is the status showing completed. So here is table data. I go here and I have, this is my columns, right? What columns I defined here. So there is no partitions, right? So this is a schema of the table. Now I want to view the data. So it will take to me Athena. Okay, when I go with this, it will, and here, okay, so to check the settings there. So you can see, actually I mapped to the bucket. Now you are able to see your data. So when I want to, now, now I'm able to run. Okay. So you can run your testing table. So we want to see view data. To delete table, edit table, like anything we want to do, we can do edit table. So these are the table information. So okay. So data is text. So once we like create a table, we can view the data in the Athena. So this is the way like we can create a table. So through crawler, we can create table. Now, if I want to create a job, I will go to ETL job in the glue, and there are the like a visual ETL, right? So script editor is there or notebook is there. There are multiple ways. So we can click on the visual ETL. Visual ETL is so your script will come here. So this is a default script. Okay. So whenever you are adding the component here, when you are adding a component here, your data will be your script will be changed. Okay. Suppose I'm taking a one component. I'm taking a source component is S3. Okay. So S3 is my source component, and this S3 I want to do some transform. I want to do change schema is there, filter is there. Suppose I want to do filter. Okay. And after that, I want to define the target. The target I want to define the S3. Okay. So now I have to configure the property here. So my source location. So I will tell about my S3 location. like I want to run a glue job. So S3 location, I will browse the path of S3. So I will be providing the so data format. Okay, so if it is a CSV file, I can give the CSV format, which IM role. So IM role my glue job or okay. And next my this filter condition. So filter I have to tell my source. So here node parent I have to give. I will give the same S3 as a my filter. Okay. After that, if I want to add the filter some add condition. So add condition is like we can now I get the data preview. So now I will go to okay. So just make it disable. Otherwise, code character. Okay. So here filter and I get it here. So I want to apply filter. So I can use a filter on the matches value some regex operation. So I say yes. Okay. So I can check here the preview. Okay. How many records will come after my filter test. When I did test, so only test is coming. Now I'm doing test one, so only one is coming, right? Test. So you can apply filter. I okay. So ID is you have to convert as a schema change you have to do. So one more we have to apply schema change. Okay. Then we can apply the filter on the number value. Okay. So first we do this string name. Okay. I say test one. Okay. And my filter is ready. Now the final is a target. So target is here. I will be saving my data. What file format? So Parquet, I want to save JSON, Avro, CSV. So these are the all file format given by the AWS, right? Even the Iceberg is there, Data Lake, Hoodie. So these are the different file format. So okay, I want to save as a CSV. And here is the target location. So this target location I want to I can give so my test folder, but it's not selecting. We have to give the bucket only. Bucket is there. Select options. So prefix and test target location, compression type 1, and okay. So actually like this I have to choose. Okay, so this is target is defined. So all are green showing, but it still is saying job is not saved. Okay. So if we look at the script, so this is a script is generated. So a script is basically it's a Spark job. We know, right? Spark context is there, but there is a glue context, and glue context is basically using the Spark context. And because of this glue context, we are reading some dynamic frame, and we are reading the file S3 file. So we are giving a connection type S3, and we are using the path, and we are reading the file. And after that filter operation we are doing, so filter dot apply. So here is a lambda we have written, right? There is a the match. So this all code is written by the glue job, right? So in the visual one, I have just given the visual one. I have given the what are the component I want, and it has written the code. So I need to save the job. So I have to go to the job detail, okay, here. So I have to define some parameter of my job. I say my job 1, 2, 3, some job name I'm giving, and IAM role. So this is the same IAM role. I'm running the glue job, and this is the glue version, which is using Spark 3.3 and Scala 2 and Python 3. And the language, main language is Python 3, because this is a PySpark code. If you want to change Scala, then the code will be converted in the Scala. And worker type, we have to keep it G2X, okay? And request number of workers, okay, we can use 2 only, okay? And if you want to keep it your number of retry attempt, like your job is failing, so it can do the retry attempt. And these are the script path. It automatically taken some path of the script based on the glue script, okay? And this is a UI log path, history path of your glue job, okay? And concurrency is it's taking, like you can increase the concurrency number of tasks running parallelly, okay? Temporary path. So these are all defined. But suppose you want to write the data from this glue job to Redshift RDS. So we need some connectors. So for that connector, we need to create a new connector, and then we use those connection here, okay? And if I have to use some library path, right? Like some jar path I have to use. So I can use those library path here. But this particular is not needed, but if I'm using some pandas, okay. So Lambda, you remember, right? We have to use the library the jar. We have a layer option is there in Lambda. The same thing in the glue job is we have a dependent jar path. So suppose I'm going to run a Spark job with the Snowflake, right? So it's Snowflake connector jar I need. Okay. So the dependent jar will be S3 and S3 path will come. Okay. Any Python library path is there so that I can define. Okay. Any Python library like this uh, NumPy or like some what is this data frame, pandas data frame. So we can provide those libraries here. Okay. If you and pass any parameter to your glue job, so there are the number of parameters you can pass to your glue job, like as a key parameter you want to provide. Okay, some key and value. So that will take as the input parameter to your glue job. Okay. Suppose you want to make it dynamic, right? This S3 path. So you can pass it parameter from here. Okay. So this is first we are creating a very simple glue job. So this glue job, the script is automatically modified here. So the job is not job has not been saved. I will save the job. Okay. So now I will run the job. So when I click on the run, so I will see here the run tab, right? There is a run tab is there. I will go here and I will see my glue job is running. Okay. So my glue job is basically the whatever table I give in input table, I want to filter the data and create data in the CSV in the S3. Okay. So that's my glue job. So you can add more component. There are so many components are there. If you look at here, the data source, you can take it data from the relational DB, RDS service. Redshift, you can read the data. MySQL, you can read the data. Or S3, you can read the data as a JSON file, CSV file. So S3 you can use. Or glue catalog data, right? Some glue data catalog, you want to read the data. So you can drag and drop and then you use the glue catalog data. And if you want to apply some transformation, like two data sets are there, data set 1 and data set 2, and you want to apply the join. So when you want to apply join, you will be bring the join here, right? Like this join. So this join will be need the two data set, right? So here the join is you have to define the like the data set you will be defining the data set 1 and data set 2, and you will be doing the what type of join, inner join, left outer, right outer, you can do. And here is the preview things, you can see what will be the result. Okay. So this all things you can apply on your glue job in this here like SQL query, right? Suppose you want to filter the data by using SQL query. Okay. So even you can write a SQL query. So SQL query here. So just click on this and check here the property. So here node parent you are giving, you are telling the data is coming from S3. Okay. And then after you are writing a SQL data, like SQL query you are performing. Okay. So let's see our job. This job is succeeded. Okay. So let's verify our data in the S3, right? We have, so my test. So this is the CSV file is created. Okay. So I want to see this data as a table, right? So there is an action query with S3 select. So query with S3 select, I can see the data of this file as a table, like as a S3 select query I can see. So I have to tell in this particular file path, what type of format it is, and if it is comma delimited, okay, so I can tell and I can run the SQL query. When I run, extension is not running CSV. Okay, the result is coming. Okay, so this is the result is coming. Object query with S3 select, run SQL query. Okay, so this is the result. Okay, so out of this file, I want to read a data as a select, right? So I can just run as a select I can do, and I can see the data in this file as a select query. So I'm getting the data like this. Okay. So this is the after filter, right? We have done. Okay. Suppose if I want to do the schema, right? Okay. In the same job, if I go here, I want to remove this. Okay. So I want to apply schema. So I will add the transform, change schema. And this change schema I have to add in my flow, right? How to add in my flow? I will go to change schema. I will change the parent. I will change the parent S3 here. Okay. And next is in the filter, I will change my parent. So I will change the parent, my change schema, and I will remove the S3. So can you see it come into it is coming into the order. Okay. So now change schema, what is doing? If I click on the change schema, here is the option, right? All the data type is coming. So I say ID, I want to change into integer, name is a string, age is an integer. So age is integer, and city is a string. Okay. So I just change the schema here. Okay. So now I want to do some filter operation. So I say here ID is now integer is coming ID now, because whatever data after the schema change is coming to the filter, so filter is getting the same type. So now ID I'm selecting, choose the operations, on greater than 0. So ID 1 and 2 is coming. Okay. When I do ID is greater than 1, see ID is 2 is coming. Okay. So now my filter criteria, I change it. Like last time I was doing filter, but now I kept it filter on the ID. So I want to get all those IDs which is greater than. Same thing I can do on the age. Okay. I say age, and I say I want to get the age 30. Okay. I want to get the age more than 30. So only one record will come. Okay. So now I will set this one, save this. So I can run my glue job again. I click on the run button and I go to the runs. So this is the second time job is running. Did you understand this schema change? And so many other things also there, right? Let me show you. So like different source are there, different targets are there. So source and target both are same. Generally, suppose I want to write the data to the Snowflake, or I want to read the data from the Snowflake. Okay, so all those options are there. And I want to transform like conditional outer, select field, select from the collections, union, right? Two data set I want to do union. So if I want to do union, so if I go to union here, the union will find the two data sets, so I can do union. Okay. So it's a completely ETL, right? You are defining your source, target, and transform, right? You are defining the ETL, right? You are ingesting data from the source. So you are defining, extracting the data, and then transforming data with different transformations and writing data to the target. Suppose you have a drop duplicate, right? So you have duplicate values. So right, in the data frame, we do df dot drop duplicate function. So it will be applying on the data set, right? If you want to drop duplicate, so this drop duplicate, which is taking your parent data and drop duplicate, and then change schema, you will be changing the parent drop duplicate. So just you change the order. Okay, just change the order, right? Like which, like, okay, so drop duplicate here if the data is duplicated, right? So you can see the script, you can save, you can see the script here. So what it did, right? Drop duplicate, right? So df dot duplicate. So you can see, right, the same code like what we are going to write, but it is writing automatically, right? The script generated for node drop duplicate. Okay, so this is our last run. We run it, right? So this is succeeded. Okay, so I go to test. So second one, this is created. Part one is created. This is the, this is 2018. This is 2025. So if I query with select, and I will do run SQL query. So age wise, we have done filter, right? 30, right? So you try it, this drop duplicate one. Okay. So what you just try it out, these 3-4 transformations. Okay. So that you will understand here, right? And try it out, keep it duplicate record, right? Like suppose I have my input file as duplicated. I have a duplicated. So this is the input, but you have to create a table again, right? The same thing you have to do. So you have to update the table, right? So you have already table, just you have to update this file so you can, your data will be mapped. Okay, so this upload. Okay, in crawling we have to do again. So if we go to, so just we have updated data, but data will not be coming updated. So if I come here, coming the wrong. Okay, we run the crawler. Okay, so you guys try this one. Okay, and let me know anything comes, any issue. Okay, so I will upload yesterday and today recording I will upload. Okay, yeah. Anyone has any question? So practice for the lambda and blue example. Okay, so tomorrow I will cover the EMR. Okay, yeah. Okay, thanks everyone. Thank you.